Every time you're in the tub, you need to speak positive and speak life to your life. When you're having your alone time, you need I'm gonna cover this. We don't want no international incidents. We're gonna cover this shit up, bro. For sure.
Inevitable outcome of the contact. Who has not known of such an experience? In other cases, minds are so antagonistic that violent mutual dislike shows itself at first meeting. These results occur without a word being spoken, and without the slightest signs of any of the usual causes for love and hate acting as a stimulus. It is quite probable that the mind is made up of a fluid or substance or energy, call it what you will, similar to, if not in fact the same substance as, the ether. When two minds come close enough to each other to form a contact, the mixing of the units of this mind stuff, let us call it the electrons of the ether, sets up a chemical reaction and starts vibrations which affect the two individuals pleasantly or unpleasantly. The effect of the meeting of two minds is obvious to even the most casual observer. Every effect must have a cause. What could be more reasonable than to suspect that the cause of the change in mental attitude between two minds which have just come in close contact is none other than the disturbance of the electrons or units of each mind in the process of rearranging themselves in the new field created by the contact? For the purpose of establishing this lesson upon a sound foundation, we have gone a long way towards success by admitting that the meeting or coming in close contact of two minds sets up in each of those minds a certain noticeable effect or state of mind quite different from the one existing immediately prior to the contact. While it is desirable, it is not essential to know what is the cause of this reaction of mind upon mind. That the reaction takes place in every instance is a known fact which gives us a starting point from which we may show what is meant by the term mastermind. A mastermind may be created through the bringing together or blending in a spirit of perfect harmony of two or more minds. Out of this harmonious blending, the chemistry of the mind creates a third mind, which may be appropriated and used by one or all of the individual minds. This mastermind will remain available as long as the friendly, harmonious alliance between the individual minds exists. It will disintegrate and all evidence of its former existence will disappear the moment the friendly alliance is broken. This principle of mind chemistry is the basis and cause for practically all the so-called soulmate and eternal triangle cases, so many of which unfortunately find their way into the divorce courts and meet with popular ridicule from ignorant and uneducated people who manufacture vulgarity and scandal out of one of the greatest of nature's laws. The entire civilized world knows that the first 2 or 3 years of association after marriage are often marked by much disagreement, of a more or less petty nature. These are the years of adjustment. If the marriage survives them, it is more than apt to become a permanent alliance. These facts no experienced married person will deny. Again, we see the effect without understanding the cause. While there are other contributing causes, yet in the main, lack of harmony during these early years of marriage is due to the slowness of the chemistry of the minds in blending harmoniously. Stated differently, the electrons or units of the energy called the mind are often neither extremely friendly nor antagonistic upon first contact, but through constant association, they gradually adapt themselves in harmony, except in rare cases where association has the opposite effect of leading, eventually, to open hostility between these units. It is a well-known fact that after a man and a woman have lived together for 10 to 15 years, they become practically indispensable to each other, even though there may not be the slightest evidence of the state of mind called love. Moreover, this association and relationship sexually not only develops a natural affinity between the two minds, but it actually causes the two people to take on a similar facial expression and to resemble each other closely in many other marked ways. Any competent analyst of human nature can easily go into a crowd of strange people and pick out the wife after having been introduced to her husband. The expression of the eyes, the contour of the faces, and the tone of the voices of people who have long been associated in marriage become similar to a marked degree. So marked is the effect of the chemistry of the human mind that any experienced public speaker may quickly interrupt the manner in which his statements are accepted by his audience. Antagonism in the mind of but one person in an audience of 1,000 may be readily detected by the speaker who has learned how to feel and register the effects of antagonism. Moreover, the public speaker can make these interpretations without observing or in any manner being influenced by the expression on the faces of those in his audience. On account of this fact, an audience may cause a speaker to rise to great heights of oratory or heckle him into failure, without making a sound or denoting a single expression of satisfaction or dissatisfaction through the features of the face. All master salesmen know the moment the psychological time for closing has arrived, not by what the prospective buyer says, but from the effect of the chemistry of his mind as interpreted or felt by the salesman. Words often bell the intentions of those speaking them, but a correct interpretation of the chemistry of the mind leaves no loophole for such a possibility. Every able salesman knows that the majority of buyers have the habit of affecting a negative attitude almost to the very climax of a sale. Every able lawyer has developed a sixth sense whereby he is enabled to feel his way through the most artfully selected words of the clever witness who is lying, and correctly interpret that which is in the witness's mind through the chemistry of the mind. Many lawyers have developed this ability without knowing the real source of it. They possess the technique without the scientific understanding upon which it is based. Many salesmen have done the same thing. One who is gifted in the art of correcting the chemistry of the minds of others may, figuratively speaking, walk in at the front door of the mansion of a given mind and leisurely explore the entire building, noting all its details, walking out again with a complete picture of the interior of the building, without the owner of the building so much as knowing that he has entertained a visitor. It will be observed in the lesson Accurate Thinking that this principle may be put to a very practical use, having reference to this principle of the chemistry of the mind. This principle is referred to merely as an approach to the major principles of this lesson. Enough has already been stated to introduce the principle of mind chemistry and to prove, with the aid of the student's own everyday experiences and casual observations, that the moment two minds come within close range of each other, a noticeable mental change takes place in both, sometimes registering in the nature of antagonism, and at other times registering in the nature of friendliness. Every mind has what might be termed an electric field. The nature of this field varies depending upon the mood of the individual mind back of it, and upon the nature of the chemistry of the mind creating the field. It is believed by this author that the normal or natural condition of the chemistry of any individual mind is the result of his physical heredity plus the nature of thoughts which have dominated that mind. That every mind is continuously changing to the extent that the individual's philosophy and general habits of thought change the chemistry of his or her mind. These principles the author believes.
I don't know the temperature, but it's cold. Tony Montana, Tony Montana, Tony Montana. I don't know the temperature of the water. I wish I knew, but I don't. I got this to cover. This is my pillow. That's my waterproof pillow. But since I'm live, I have to cover up my Michael Jordans. Because we don't know who's watching this video. My friends call me Dr. Doom. Kobe. Who said Kobe or LeBron James? It's freaking Kobe, man. What's wrong with you, man? Kobe or LeBron James? Freaking Kobe, man. What do you mean, Kobe or LeBron James, man? Kobe and LeBron James, man. Shit. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. Kobe or LeBron James? Kobe and LeBron James, bro. Both of them. aggressive, top dominant day. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, man. I don't know what that shit mean. I don't. It says sorry, wrong. Stream, thought you were. I don't know who that is, man. That's your homie. That's your big homie, cuz. Hey, how did you get this shit to show up? Let me see. For some reason, that shit ain't showing up. Oh, I see it now. There you go. Click end stream. I'm not clicking end stream. I'm here. We here. Cuz. We here, cuz. I fixed it, cuz. Gang, 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 cuz. We on that, cuz. What y'all from? Where y'all from, cuz? Where you from, cuz? You said SpongeBob. What that shit say, SpongeBob? Who is SpongeBob, cuz? Man, we just in here chilling, cuz. You know, this is where I come to brainstorm and collect my thoughts. It's important, you know, to spend some quiet time. You know, quiet time is always important. You want to spend time brainstorming and collecting your thoughts. You want to map out your plan. You know, a lot of people spend so much time watching TV and hanging out with their friends on social media. They spend so much time doing that shit. They don't never spend enough time alone to think about life, not just to think about it, but, you know, to be grateful. To be grateful for life. You know, people, they're ungrateful, man. That's why people walking around mad at the world, because they so ungrateful. Gotta learn how to be grateful. What that shit say? How's your day going, cuz? My day going good, cuz. What the fuck? I don't know what that shit say. Y'all are crazy, man. We live, baby. $1 million, $1 trillion live. We make millions. We make millions. Click that link in my description. Learn how to use Claude AI. We have a course on Claude AI, and it'll help you and teach you how to create products. It teaches you how to leverage AI to change your life for the better. See, a lot of people, they don't know how to change their lives for the better. They don't know how to utilize artificial intelligence. You know, you click the link in my description, you go to my PayHip, and I'll show you how to utilize artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a life-changing tool. It can change your life. You know, a lot of people just use it to do homework. They use that shit to do homework. What the hell? My baby mama. Tripping, cuz. Yeah, go to my YouTube channel. I just created a video titled How to Deal with a Crazy Baby Mama. How to deal with a toxic baby mama on my YouTube channel. I promise you. How to deal with your toxic baby mama. See, on my YouTube channel, I teach guys like you how to deal with crazy females. I wouldn't say all that. They got some mental problems. Yeah, they got mental problems and shit. They got some mental problems. A woman is like a plant, a pet. You feed her, you take care of her, and you rub her the right way. She'll treat you like you're the master. You know? You just gotta feed her. Make her feel loved and feed her. Food is important to a woman. Women love food, they love to eat. Name one woman who don't like food. I'll wait. Because they all love food. They love to eat a lot of food. It is what it is. Feed your woman. She start talking shit, just feed her. She start getting disrespectful, feed her. Keep feeding her. But if she get too fat, I don't know what to tell you. You gotta figure out how to feed her without making her fat. You feel me? Feed your woman and your kids. I don't know who's taking a shower. My water temperature is perfect right now. And I don't want them to mess up my flavor, my temperature. You know? It's been a long time since I did a live in a tub. Like, it's been a long time and shit. Like, I don't really be on here. When I was in my old house, I used to always go on live in a tub. For real, for real. It is what it is, cuz. What that shit say? Should I get braids? It depends. It depends on what you do for a living. It depends on what you do for a living. If you're working for somebody, you might not want to get braids. But if you're working for yourself, get any hairstyle you want. Braids, locks, coloring red, coloring blue, whatever. You're working for an organization, and you trying to get that paper, cut your hair. Get a nice crispy lineup and just rock it. You an entrepreneur, streamer, have your own business? Are you an entertainer? Get any hairstyle you want. Any hairstyle you want. I wish I could braid my hair. At one point in my life, I had braids like Allen Iverson, the basketball player. Now I don't have no fucking braids. Cause I don't have no hair. It is what it is. Earlier today I was watching this, I forgot her name. She's a streamer. She's on Kick, she's on Twitch and YouTube. She's on everything, bro. And her comment section was going through the roof. Everybody was trying to talk to this girl. She was lit. It was the most lit channel I've seen on Kick or Twitch. Some girl from Atlanta, Georgia. She got real fans. Lit. We's trying to be lit over here, cuz. Man, I almost fell asleep. Shit. No, I used to. I can't lie, I used to. Trust me, I used to. Pretty ones, real pretty ones, bro. Pretty ones, the pretty ones. The real pretty ones. No lie. All of them was. I don't know why they wanted to talk to me. I ain't the most popular of guys. I'm not the most popular of guys. I'm just cool. They like the energy, you know? They love the energy, bro. My testosterone. You gotta lift weights all the time. When you lift weights, it builds up your testosterone, and females can feel that energy. They can feel your testosterone energy and shit from a mile away. You walk inside a room, they feel it. Man energy, bro. Testosterone energy. What the hell? I don't know what that shit is. A fucking pyramid? Are you Egyptian? You Egyptian. That's a pyramid. You Egyptian? Yeah, lift weights. How you get girls? Lift weights. Not just so you can physically look good, but develop the confidence, because confidence is everything. You lift weights 5 days a week, take 2 days off. Builds up your confidence and your aura. Your aura. See, y'all gotta aura farm these females, man. Walk in the room, build up your aura. When you lift weights, builds up your aura. Take baths and soak your sore muscles. It builds up your aura. It's like a video game. And you build up points to the top. You build up your points, man. Life is about building up points. Aura farming. Do you build up your aura? Do you aura farm? Lift? Eat healthy? Power walk? Jog? Build up your aura. Get a membership. Lift weights 5 days a week. Buy some cologne. It'll work out. I don't even know what that shit say. It says you have infinite aura. No, I don't. You will know if you got aura. If you walk in the gym, everybody looking at you. You walk in the store, the classroom, work, and they just look at you. It's like, they be looking at you like, ooh. It says, will AI take over the world? Cause I'm scared of that shit. I ain't gonna lie. They're building these AI factories. They're building shit to make AI stronger. And they're gonna use AI to start this mark of the beast system. One world government, one world currency, one world tracking system. They're going to use AI to create their beast or their worldly leader, their quote unquote God. Then they're going to put microchips inside of all people. They're going to put microchips in people so that they can track everybody and control their brains and to control their will and their emotions. Once they get the microchip on the inside of their head and their hand, they won't have no control over their life. They won't even be able to think. And right now, AI is in the beginning stages. But once it's completed, they're gonna start microchipping people like dogs. You won't be able to buy or sell without the mark. Only person that can save you is Jesus Christ. That's it. No other person can save you. Only Jesus Christ can save you, man. Can save you from AI, can save you from all the shit that's gonna happen in the future with this technology and this shift in the financial world. They're gonna switch over to a one world currency. Credit cards and all that bullshit is gonna disappear. There'll be no more credit cards, none of that shit. That will be old shit. The new shit is the mark of the beast and the microchip they're gonna put inside people's brains to track people and turn them into slaves. It's very important to never take the mark of the beast. It's very important to never get the microchip in your head. You don't want the mark in your head or your hand because it's going to turn you into a slave. Technology is evolving. People have to be careful. The only person that can save you is Jesus Christ himself. The Father God. The only ones that can save you from AI and from this wicked world. And that's a fact. But right now, AI is in its beginning stages. So you can use AI and treat it like it's a slave. Like it worked for you. You tell AI to do something and it gets done. The only thing about AI is that right now you can control it. But later on, once it gets strong, it's going to control people. You tell ChatGPT to do something and it's done. But later on in life, AI is going to tell people to do things and they're going to do it. Because they put the AI chip inside their brains and they don't have a brain anymore. AI controls the brain cells and the thoughts, which sucks. Treat AI like it's your bitch, you know? Make AI your pimp. No, you become the pimp and the AI can become your bitch. But don't ever take the mark of the beast because AI will make you its bitch. Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like I've been here too long and it's time for me to get out. Because I'm turning into a raisin. I must go. Make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna give you some time to do that. And then I'm gonna turn this off. Because I am tired and I need to sleep. What's crazy is normally YouTube is jumping and I got like hundreds of people from YouTube on my channels. But this time it's Twitch that's jumping. Very strange. Very strange. It is what it is, though. But we gotta go.